Here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need? Good evening, good morning, good day to you all. I hope you're well. You may have heard some news this morning when you woke up about an event that happened here yesterday. Everyone's fine in my family. You know my political views, you know my expressions with things like that. So I'm going to address the elephant in the room so we don't talk about it through the stream. I don't like mixing geopolitics and events like that with the stream, but I feel it's relevant to address it. I guess the important thing is that there's been 16 people that have lost their lives, innocent people. 15 innocent people, one not so innocent, but that's how it goes, and it wasn't unexpected given where we are in the world today. But we pray for those lives that are lost and their families, and we move on and we forge forward and we don't back down and we keep forging ahead for greater and better things for our communities and for our world. So with that, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Everyone's well in my family. And just, I ask everyone to reach out and to maybe have a little thought during the day for those that aren't so lucky as some of us are. So let's move on. We have got a neck here that we've just fretted. So we're going to work on the frets. We've just got them down and crowned. We're going to polish these now and get those edges all nice and smooth, so we get this guy ready to do the final adjustments, final sandings, and get that fitted in the next few days. Let's go. Terry, how are you? Good to see you here. Yes, you're welcome. That's fine. We need to, ooh, a little bit of a glitch. Are we still online? Yes, we are. Who's here? Dana's here. Terry's here, Leslie's here, Rage is here. Rage, how you doing? No cross sanding, Rage, no cross sanding. Okay, we're going to move on to this guy. So let's get on to the bench, as they say. Let me plug in my headphones. I need my headphones so I can hear things like cowbells. Give me a second. I'll put my little mic on. I'm going to go for a little walk and grab my headphones in the next room. You do whatever you want. You know me, would I do that? Of course I'll do whatever I want, but I do appreciate your opinion. Wrong as it may be, I do appreciate it. Just going to grab my headphones. I popped in the next room. Where are they? What did I do with them? Damn, I thought I brought them down here. Let me double check. Headphones, fast on me. Ah, here they are. We want to make sure we can hear all our signals. We want to make sure we can hear cowbells and raids and all those things. And I use a couple of headphones here. I use these guys. I plug them in and the volume's up so I can hear them like little mini speakers. Ha! Love it, Rage. The banter is awesome. Mutual respect and love to you, my friend. Okay, here we go. Let's get going. So Terry, where are we up to? What did we do? We crowned it. I think we've got to get our files out and just get those ends going. I've got a very fine file here, like a nail file. It's a diamond tip. It's very, very fine. And I find it's very, very good to get into these rounder. Why? Because it's got a larger surface area and it's finer. So I've got to work it a little bit harder. It is a worn diamond file, so it makes it, I find the new ones are very aggressive, but this is brilliant for and perfect for this sort of work. We can get really, really good rounded, controlled. I find the needle files are good, but they're a little bit on the coarse side. This one will just give me, I did a test earlier on, and this one gives me a little bit more control, especially close to the fretboard, so that I won't scratch up the fretboard. And I can actually feel, I can sand really, really aggressively against the tape, and it doesn't take much off, but it does pick up on any little sharp edges. So we do use this one as an alternative, and it's quite flexible too, so I can bend into the wire if I need to, the fret wire, and get it right in there. I'm just going to look at these under the lamp and make sure that they're really, really rounded and nice, because I'm always trying to improve. Always trying to improve my. Yeah, they're very good. You cannot feel those at all. Improving my fretwork. I just want to be patient and get really nice rounded corners and edges so that it looks and feels great. Okay. You can see them there, look at that. You guys are even watching it. They're surgical. It's surgical steel. They were originally used for nails, for human nails. They're like not an emery board, but similar. But they're stainless steel with micro industrial diamond crust. So they feel rough, but they're not rough to the point where they cut. They're just very, very fine sand filing devices, more like sandpaper more than anything, but they are very good to control. I like the control in them. Get right up close to the fretboard without really wearing out that tape. You can see I can quite aggressively attack that edge without really cutting through the paper, which is really good. It protects the fretboard from any scratches or gouges. We don't want that. We just want to take off any little burrs that might be there. You can probably hear a workman next door. There's a lot of sanding going on. The neighbours have renovated some kind of wet area, bathroom area, and they've got new
plasterboard and drywall and stuff, so tiling and stuff, so they're grinding and cutting away all sorts of things. It's okay. It's not too loud. I'm just sure that you can probably just pick up that sound and wonder what that is. No, Buddy hasn't gone crazy with a blender. He's not making himself smoothies or shakes. That would be funny though. He loves his yogurt and he loves his milk and he loves his cream. He has a ritual every time I get prepared dinner. He wants his bowl of milk. I give him a little bit of a glass of milk in his bowl. He likes that. That camera's playing up. Stop it. There we go. Stop it. It's a little bit on the blink. Okay, that should be fine. Oh. So he does like that. And after he finishes his milk, Terry, you'll be glad to hear, he comes and starts crying for cream while I have my coffee. So I give him cream as well. Sometimes he wants a second lick of cream, but he's not getting a second one. Then he curls up and goes to sleep. But it's ritual. Boxers are like that. They have this ritual. They remember the events. They remember the timings. Kooky guys, what's this camera doing? Why is it doing that? Terry, why is the camera doing that? Because it's shit. That's why. Let me sort this camera out. It's really pissing me off. There's a little bit of interference somewhere. I hope the power next door isn't. I mean, my lines are pretty clean here. We don't have too much of an issue. It should be okay. Down to the last couple. Lactose intolerant, so he doesn't do all the type of stuff. He's very good, my dog. He likes his milk. He doesn't have a lot, mind you. I give him a little spoonful, a couple of spoonfuls. It's not like he's having a whole glass or, 100 mils or something like that. No. He's not having 17 ounces of milk. Yeah, they are a ritual. I think those creatures are ritualistic by nature. I think they like the order. Dogs are, dogs are very disciplined. I mean, when you get a disciplined dog, having that order is part of that discipline, I think. Animals, cats, I only ever owned one cat in my life and it acted more like a dog. Probably why I liked it. But I guess some cats can act like dogs. It depends how you treat them, I guess. They sort of gravitate to the treatment they get. I guess. Am I right there, Terry? Am I guessing too much? Is there some fact in that? Yep, they can tell time. Absolutely they can. Dogs are the same. They know the time of day. He wakes me up at 5:30 a.m. on the dot. And I think the sunlight and the bird activity and all that is part of it. I don't need an alarm clock. He'll have me up at 5:30 on the dot to the second for a walk. And once I'm up at 5:30, that's my day starts. So, and then about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I get ready for crash out time, and he's doing his bed ritual, which is milk, cream, have my tea or coffee before I go to bed. I can have coffee before I go to bed. It's one of my luxuries, and I'm lucky enough to be able to do that and still get to sleep pretty quickly. Doesn't bother me. And the milk doesn't bother him, so. I have a girl that climbs on my hip at 6 a.m. each morning with 5 minutes every day, knowing I'm about to get up. Is that a cat though, Tom? Is that a cat or just a girl? I mean,